Pour yourself a cold one and join us for an hour filled to the brim with fun,
Bite your tushy.
entertainment,
Donkey, don't give me that side.
information,
That is heavenly.
and a little weirdness.
Yeah, if you show up to the St. Patty's Day parade just with no green,
We're pinching you.
yeah, we're
Right
coming.
there.
We're coming at you.
With your permission, because we don't want to be sued.
It's Happy Hour with DJ Kyle.
Welcome to Happy Hour. I'm your host, DJ Kyle. Thank you so much for tuning in today. A fantastic show heading your way. We're going to take us out to our furry friends. Our good friend Megan is going to take us, and we're going to learn about a cat on the show today. Also, we're taking you to the farm, our McMiller farm. Going to be milking some goats and kind of show you a little bit around the farmstead. And up next, we have our good friend, Professor Jim Paisley, going to be on the show. Going to be bringing us some very, very interesting information about some folks from Missouri. So make sure you stay right here to Happy Hour.
Happy Hour with DJ Kyle is here because of these amazing sponsors. Our Veterinary, with locations in Lynn Creek and Laurie. Surdike Yamaha, your home for year-round fun. And American Elm Company, offering exceptional decor and interior design.
Being close to the water makes you more you. It's where the great unknown brings clarity. And letting go is how you really get going. Because only when you're on a Yamaha Wave Runner do you truly discover what you're made of.
Visit Surdike Yamaha at Lake of the Ozarks, 50 years strong.
Hey, it's your buddy DJ Kyle, and I'm personally inviting you to come on out and see me out in the public, out and about Lake of the Ozarks. If you'd like to come on out at my DJ gigs, I'm going to be Monday nights at the Glory Hole, 9 o'clock. Always have a fun time. We're doing Tuesday night, we do our bags tournament at Larry's on the Lake, so come on out and be a part of that. Wednesday, Frankie and Louie's karaoke, 5 to 9. And if you enjoy karaoke, Thursday at the Fishing Company, we do karaoke at 6 o'clock until 10. And most Saturdays, I'm going to be at Larry's on the Lake in the afternoon from 12 to 4. So we'll see you guys around the block.
Lyle Lovett and his large band. The four-time Grammy Award-winning singer-songwriter. Friday, July 5th, Ozarks Amphitheater.
If I had a boat,
Lyle Lovett
I'd go out on
and his large band. Tickets on sale now at ozarksamp.com. Bridal Cave and Split Arrow Boutique. Lyle Lovett and his large band, part of the COMC concert series.
Welcome back to Happy Hour. I'm DJ Kyle, your host, and sitting here right next to me, Professor Jim Paisley, one of our favorite people to have on the show. We're talking about amazing favorite historian people from Missouri. So let's see, who do we have on the list today?
This one here, it's a big name. Joseph Pulitzer. All right?
Huh.
Yes.
From
and
Missouri.
From Missouri, and you've all heard about the Pulitzer Prize. Yes, that's that guy. That comes from a famous Missourian. And this guy was absolutely amazing. And you look at his career, he's another one that starts with absolutely nothing. And oh my goodness, by the time he's done, it's just enough to blow your mind. Yeah. Now, of all things, Joseph Pulitzer, he actually was born in 1847. Okay, we're going way back, all right? And he was born in a place called Mako, Hungary. He was born in Hungary. And basically, he came from a large family, but only he and his brother Albert were the only two that survived. You know, this was back in the 1800s. And the family moved from Austria, or from Mako to Budapest, all right? Now, the children were educated in private schools, so he did have a good education, and he learned to speak both French and German. Now, Joseph's father died when he was only 11 years old, and his mother remarried and married a fellow by the name of Max Blue. Now, Joseph decided that he, at the age of 17, would head out on his own. Now, think about this. Folks, you're worried about your kids being out past 10 o'clock at night. 17 years old, this kid is in Budapest, Hungary, and decides, I'm going out on my own.
Heading out.
And you know where he went? He went to the United States.
Huh.
Yeah, not across the street, not to the next town. Here he goes. Now,
And
at
that probably
first-
wasn't an easy feat at that time. It wasn't just running
Not
to the
at all.
airport, getting a...
You know, at first he thought, well, maybe I can join the military. And he tried to get into the Austrian army and the French Foreign Legion and the British Army. But, you know, he finally was recruited by the German army in Hamburg, Germany, to fight, of all things, in the American Civil War.
Wow.
Well, what the Union was doing is you had the ability back then to turn around and pay a fee to keep from getting drafted in the Union military, and we didn't have enough people on the Union side, so they started drafting people willing to come over and volunteer and fight for the Union in the American Civil War,
Wow.
and that's how he wound up here.
Huh.
So here you got this little guy from Austria, does not speak a word of English, and he comes to America, all right? Now, he made his way to New York City, and he enlisted with a mostly German cavalry unit because it's the only language he spoke. And he loved to ride horses, and he basically fought in the military on the side of the Union. And when his military career ended in 1865, he decided, okay, what am I going to do? Well, he was in New York. There wasn't much available for him, couldn't find any work. And so he left New York unemployed, hopped on a train to St. Louis, Missouri. That's how he got there. So he's in Austria, he fought in the Civil War, he's in New York, and he comes to St. Louis, Missouri. Now, bear in mind, 17 years old, folks,
Wow.
right? Hasn't got anything. Has the
just
clothes
on
on
his
his
own,
back.
right?
Nothing, right? Now, he arrives in East St. Louis. That's where the train would come to, all right? October 10th of 1865. And he doesn't have a penny, nothing. And so he needs to get across the river. And the only way to cross the river back then was with a ferry. So what did he do? He went up to the guy that ran the ferry, the steamboat, and he asked him, can I get a job shoveling coal? And so he shoveled coal in a steamboat to get across the river. He worked for the guy long enough to pay off the passage to get to St. Louis on the other side of the river. Now, we're talking Joseph Pulitzer. This guy went from shoveling coal in a steamboat
Just to make it across the
just
river.
to make it across the river. So you talk about starting with nothing. I mean,
Yeah.
he started with less than nothing, all right? Now, he worked a lot of jobs in St. Louis. He was a deckhand and a grave digger during the cholera epidemic, you name it. He a waiter at a big famous restaurant there in St. Louis back then. And his big break came when he was hired to record land rights for the Atlantic and Pacific Railroad. And he got to travel by horse all over the St. Louis area. So he kind of got a feel for the land. Now, he became a naturalized citizen in the U.S. in 1867, and he decided he's going to become a lawyer. And he passed the bar, okay? And he
Wow.
continued to learn English. He's still speaking just German. And he got a job, you know, or he basically started going to the library to try and teach himself English. Libraries, guys, check out your library.
'em out.
Right. And there at the library, he met a fellow by the name of Carl Schurz. Now, Carl Schurz owned a newspaper, a German language newspaper in St. Louis.
Okay.
And Schurz hired him to be a reporter for him.
Huh.
And so because he could speak a little bit of English, he could speak German, he could speak some French.
worked out.
There in that town, he was, you know, out on the beat, and he would write up the articles in German and put them in this newspaper. Yeah, so that's where he got his start in journalism, okay? Now, they sent him to Jeff City to cover the state elections. And they were, at the time, they were looking for new representatives, you know, people running for office and all, and he's covering the information for the German newspaper. And while they're there, somebody noticed him and said, "You speak German and English?" He said, "Yeah." "Well, how'd you like to be a state rep?" And they made him the state rep for St. Louis. Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah. Now, you know, think about that. You know, here's this young kid. He's 22 years old.
Yeah.
And he's a state rep. I mean, just, what, 5 years earlier, he's in Austria.
And
here-
odd jobs all the way up to this. It wasn't like this is my...
Yeah. Ta-da, right? Yeah.
Wow.
So here he is. He now takes a seat in the Missouri House of Representatives, all right? And as a representative, he went after trying to root out all the corruption and everything back in the good old days. He got into a fracas with this guy that was scamming money on contracts and stuff with the government.
You mean there was corruption in the government
Just
back
a
then?
little, just a little, yeah. And basically, he was at the Schmidt Hotel in Jeff City one night, and there was this guy that Pulitzer had accused of scamming money from contractors and all. And basically, the guy got mad at Pulitzer and accused him that he was corrupt, and he called Pulitzer a liar. And with that, Pulitzer went out to the parking lot there where his horse and all was, and he basically got a gun out. And when he walked back into the little restaurant and bar in the hotel, the guy took a swing at him, and sure enough, Pulitzer shot him.
Wow.
Yes, so again, this is not the guy you thought he was, right? Now, he pleaded guilty, and he was fined a large sum. He didn't kill the guy, he shot the guy in the leg, but basically, his friends actually helped pay the fine for him. Said the guy deserved it, right? Now, Pulitzer loved politics, but his true passion was the journalism, and that's where he got into it. And basically what happened is he wound up buying into the newspaper he was working at, and he sold his interest in the paper in 1876 and took time off to travel, went to Europe and saw his old family home, but then he returned to St. Louis, and then he bought the St. Louis Post-Dispatch newspaper. That's where it started, folks.
Wow.
Now, from there, he turned it around, and he bought it for $2,500, by the way. And then from there, he decided that he would join up with another rival newspaper rather than fight him. And John Dillon was the owner of the Post, agreed to merge the paper with Pulitzer's, and it became the St. Louis Post-Dispatch, which is still available today.
Yeah.
That's where Pulitzer got his start. Then he started working on the paper. He was, again, big on going after all the evils and the corruption in the big cities. And during this time, he started dating a gal by the name of Kate Davis. They married on June the 19th of 1878. They're at the Episcopal Church in Washington, D.C. Again, he's a representative, right? Now, they had 7 kids, which that had to keep him busy.
Yeah.
And by the early 1880s, Pulitzer's health started to decline, and he decided to take a vacation with his family, and they went to New York. And while he was there, he bought the New York World, another major paper. So this guy owns 2 major papers, national papers. And sure enough, he decided this was the place to be. He had a lot more circulation there. Expands his newspaper business there while keeping the Post-Dispatch, and needless to say, from there, the rest was kind of history. The New York World, he built the first really skyscraper in New York. Wow. He built a 16-story building in 1890 as the headquarters for the paper.
Huh.
Yeah, kind of like the Daily Planet.
Yeah, it's going to
that was
say
him.
a big
Yeah,
one.
exactly. Now, his paper challenged things like Rockefeller and Standard Oil, writing articles about them. Just absolutely amazing, how his empire just expanded exponentially. Now, eventually, he got to the point where he was in competition with Randolph Hearst. Hearst had his paper. And these guys started realizing that if we're going to sell papers, we got to do some really neat stories. And so a lot of it was kind of not necessarily true. He created what they called yellow journalism. Basically, if it gets people to buy the paper, well, let's put it in there. We'll kind of stretch the truth a little. And he and Hearst both did that.
Very interesting.
Now, Pulitzer's sons, after he passed away, Pulitzer passed away on October 29th of 1911 at the age of 64. But his sons then came in and took over the paper. And one of the big things that they did is that Pulitzer had spent his whole life fighting corruption and social evils and trying to, promote this whole journalism and informing the public. Well, he left a gift of $2 million in 1903 that helped create the Columbia University School of Journalism, which opened in 1912. And today, the school oversees the Pulitzer Prize. And the Pulitzer Prize is the award given, and it's based on the original $2 million of seed money. It's given to those who excel in journalism, literature, and music. So when you hear about the Pulitzer Prize, Missouri boy.
Yeah.
St. Louis, yes.
Very intriguing. Everything that you bring you just bring it to life. Thank you so much, Professor Jim Paisley, for coming on the show.
You bet.
And we look forward to next time we have you on the show. So make sure you tune in for that and stay right here for more Happy Hour coming up next.
You've dealt with chronic knee, back, and even foot pain for years, and nothing has seemed to work. Until now. Introducing Back Wellness Center's new specialty knee rehab program and neuropathy techniques you've probably never seen before. And they work. Board certified in neuropathy, experience Dr. Beck's breakthrough rescue program that can eliminate problems at their source. Try it to believe it. Give us a call today. Your healthier, happier life starts with Beck Wellness Center.
It's the Ozarks Amphitheater, and they are the exclusive attraction of Happy Hour. There are some shows there that you are not going to want to miss. It's the 2024 COMC Concert Series, and there's acts like Russell Dickerson and Tyler Hubbard, Oliver Anthony, REO Speedwagon, Burt Kreischer, and so much more just this month. Check them all out online, ozarksamp.com.
Hey, I'm David. When you come to the lake, you're not here to sit on a boat all by yourself staring at the sun till you go blind. There's a whole world of places to go, people to see. Someone's got to know where all the fun is, right? Welcome to Weekend at the Lake. Whether it's a street party, a concert, a charity event, or somewhere to spend time with your kids, buddy, I've got you covered. Weekend at the Lake. Because you're not here to be bored. Only on Lake TV.
Hey, it's DJ Kyle, and welcome to McMiller Farms. Today, we're gonna milk a goat. We have Black Betty here, and we have her feet here. Whoa there, tied up so she can't kick too far. As you see, she does like to kick. And then she's eating food, so time is of the essence. So now we will get in here. We've already cleaned her off. Whoa, hey there, mama. Hook up our, she is very, very much in need of milking here. Yeah. There we go. We just weaned her babies. Hey there. Now we have our second goat up here that we are going to milk. She's eating over here, not super happy because she's kind of pinned down, but she's, again, very engorged. And you'll see here, there's a second nipple on this one, on both sides. Kind of a strange thing, but this is our goat Deer, and we just weaned her baby as well. So let's get to milking. Are you ready, Deer? I thought you were.
Definitely not for the faint of heart.
Okay, so now we've milked our goats for about 3 days now in a row. So when we milk them, we have to bring the milk in, and then we have to strain it, because when you're outside, you might be getting hairs everywhere. There could be some stuff that came in from mom's udder or whatever. So we just strain it, and then we put it in the refrigerator, so then we could make some cheese or drink some goat milk or whatever. So let's go ahead and strain some goat milk. Well, we just finished milking the goats. As you saw, we had a couple goats on the list today to milk, and we did it. And I think that they are happier because we've done that. Black Betty's just sitting there staring at me right now. But how much milk do you think we got?
Whew, that's full.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, they didn't make it easy.
Yeah, exactly. We had to work for all of that milk. So we'll probably be milking these goats. I'll try to set it on my schedule to milk these goats probably once a day is what we'll be able to do. And we'll store up some milk, and hopefully we'll be making some goat cheese here pretty soon. That ricotta goat cheese that we made was really
good.
amazing.
So good.
Absolutely amazing. Well, until next time, we will see you back here on McMiller Farms. And again, I think the goats are happy because we've done this, right?
Yeah, I think so.
We'll see you guys next time.
Lyle Lovett and his large band. The 4-time Grammy Award-winning singer-songwriter. Friday, July 5th, Ozarks Amphitheater.
If I had a boat,
Lyle Lovett
I'd go out on
and his large band. Tickets on sale now at ozarksamp.com. Bridal Cave and Split Arrow Boutique. Lyle Lovett and his large band, part of the COMC concert series.
Hey, it's your buddy DJ Kyle, and I'm personally inviting you to come on out and see me out in the public, out and about Lake of the Ozarks. If you'd like to come on out at my DJ gigs, I'm going to be Monday nights at the Glory Hole, 9 o'clock. Always have a fun time. We're doing Tuesday night, we do our bags tournament at Larry's on the Lake, so come on out and be a part of that. Wednesday, Frankie and Louie's karaoke, 5 to 9. And if you enjoy karaoke, Thursday at the Fishing Company, we do karaoke at 6 o'clock until 10. And most Saturdays, I'm going to be at Larry's on the Lake in the afternoon from 12 to 4. So we'll see you guys around the block.
Your furry friends are more than pets, they're family, and at our veterinary, we understand that. With multiple locations, we can service your pets when and where you need it. Our team of professionals offer routine wellness, orthopedic care from broken bones to joint repair, and even emergency services. We are ready to welcome your pet to our family with medical or preventative care. Our veterinary, with 6 convenient locations, the team providing exceptional care for your pet when and where you need it. Welcome to another edition of Furry Friends presented by our veterinary. I'm Megan Albers. This is Mary Meow Me Tilly. We are out here at Ozarks Cat and Canine, and this is the lovable, bitey Weasley. Tell me about him.
Yep, Weasley is definitely a love nipper.
Yes.
But he does it very gently. He's never broken the skin or anything. So Weasley, we were contacted by our veterinary in Lynn Creek, which is our vets and our sponsor for this program, that they said that they had a cat that had shown up on their property, and they said he turned himself in, was how they worded it.
Yes.
Turned himself in at the vet's office. I have a feeling that somebody probably dumped him there because the night before it had stormed, and they said he was dry, he was clean, he didn't look like he had been out running around all night hiding in a storm. So somebody probably dumped him at the vet's office.
Yeah.
We don't do that.
No,
don't do that.
that's not recommended.
No, not at all. Especially not, not anywhere, but especially not there when they're located on a highway. Yeah, that could have been very dangerous for Mr. Weasley here. But they took him in, held him for a few days. They held him during the stray hold time, and then we took him on from there. Very sweet boy. Named him Weasley because he's a redhead.
Yeah.
Very loving. I think he is probably around 2 years old. And he is just a snuggle bug. I mean, he really needs to be, as soon as you open up the door to his kennel, he is right on you.
Yeah.
When he first came in and I did his intake, he was like snuggled up in my arms, and he had his head buried in my elbow, and then he'd lift his head up and turn around and kiss me on the cheek, and then he'd dart his head back down like he was embarrassed or something. But,
Are we embarrassed to show love?
He is very sweet. I mean, he let me hold him on his back for a little while, and all sorts of love nibbles. He chewed on my arm and my hand for a while, but again, didn't break the skin.
No.
Bite is just his love language.
I actually did the dangle test on him the other day, which is where you pick him up under the arms and you swing them to see, and if they swing freely, then that's usually a sign that they're very calm, and he was a little reluctant on the swing at first, but then he got into it and did well.
Got to warm up to it a little bit.
He definitely wants to explore. Every time we open the kennel, like we're trying to keep him up here because he's wanting down. He wants to see what's going on. He's been very curious about the kittens in the kennel next to him. So we do not know for certain if he's ever been around other cats, because we don't have any background on him or anything. But when he's been held up to other cats, he has not hissed like they sometimes do. When dogs have come in here, I have not seen him react, in any way that would tell me that he would not be able to live with one. But we just really don't know for certain.
Yeah.
So it might be taking a chance to take him home with somebody else, but that's pretty much the case with anybody. You never know. But he's a good boy, and he deserves a home.
Yes, he does. And he's super sweet, super soft.
Very soft.
Very
I was petting him
soft.
earlier, and he's very soft.
Yes, he takes good care of his coat. And he's just kind of limp and purring at this moment. He's just, okay. I think he's just really focused on the floor. That's where he wants to be.
Yep, definitely.
Yes. So as always, I recommend come down to the shelter, meet him, hang out with him, hold him. He's tons of fun, very cuddly, very sweet, very curious about the babies behind me. And as always, you can apply to adopt at ozarkscatandcanine.com. Thanks again, Mary. It's always fun hanging out with you and the kitties. That does it for another Furry Friends presented by our veterinary. Your furry friends are more than pets, they're family, and at our veterinary, we understand that. With multiple locations, we can service your pets when and where you need it. Our team of professionals offer routine wellness, orthopedic care from broken bones to joint repair, and even emergency services. We are ready to welcome your pet to our family with medical or preventative care. Our veterinary, with 6 convenient locations, the team providing exceptional care for your pet when and where you need it.
It's the Ozarks Amphitheater, and they are the exclusive attraction of Happy Hour. There are some shows there that you are not going to want to miss. It's the 2024 COMC Concert Series, and there's acts like Russell Dickerson and Tyler Hubbard, Oliver Anthony, REO Speedwagon, Bert Kreischer, and so much more just this month. Check them all out online, ozarksamp.com.
Lyle Lovett and his large band. The 4-time Grammy Award-winning singer-songwriter. Friday, July 5th, Ozarks Amphitheater.
If I had a boat,
Lyle Lovett
I'd go out on
and his large band. Tickets on sale now at ozarksamp.com. Bridal Cave and Split Arrow Boutique. Lyle Lovett and his large band, part of the COMC Concert Series.
Happy Hour with DJ Kyle is here because of these amazing sponsors. Our veterinary, with locations in Lynn Creek and Laurie. Surdike Yamaha, your home for year-round fun. And American Elm Company, offering exceptional decor and interior design.
Hey, I want to say thank you to each and every one of you that tuned in this week for Happy Hour. Thanks so much. And I also want to say thanks to Professor Jim Paisley that we had on the show. Always great having him. He always comes with the greatest knowledge. And of course, I hope you enjoyed heading out to the farm with us and our furry friends. Don't forget, join us next week on Happy Hour for another great show. And in the meantime, keep it right here to Lake TV.